Hey everybody. Okay, so a pretty massive bug just popped up in one of my campaigns, and the purpose of this video is a combination of I wanted to make other people aware of it so you don't potentially run into the same problem that I ran into, and also ask the question of those of you who are more familiar with the High Elves than I am, whether or not this is something that you've seen before, whether or not this is a known problem, and whether or not this is sort of expected behavior and something that you just have to work around, or maybe I'm missing something or whatever. You get the idea. Anyway, so I'm going to divide this up into the things that I know and the things that I don't know. And for starters, the first thing that I don't know is this campaign is running in SFO. It's using very few other mods other than SFO. Really, I don't think any functional mods at all. There's like a couple of cosmetic mods. But it is functionally using SFO. I do not know whether this problem is an SFO problem or a vanilla problem. My hunch is that it's a vanilla problem, and because it involves a stance that is available in vanilla, not just in SFO. And my first guess, and this is only a guess, this is another unknown, my guess is that it's because of the stance, this one right here, Lilith's Blessing. So what are the knowns? What do we know about this problem? Well, what we know is that I took an army, this is the army of Tyrion, and I rolled him forward to encircle Shrine of Assyrian here. So minor settlement, we're encircling it. We are going to stay encircled. I did not know if he was going to sally out and attack us, but I did not immediately attack because we are doing some recruiting with one of our other armies, and I wanted to make the attack when we have a slightly stronger attacking force. And also because we are using an SFO setting, which makes the garrisons stronger, and it makes them a lot stronger. And so even though this looks like it should be a relatively easy battle to win with Tyrion's army, it actually would not be with the buffs that SFO settings give to the garrisons. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I do not think that setting has anything to do with this problem. The problem is that we then run over the end turn, and that settlement does come out and attack us, and we subsequently win the battle, but we are no longer, even though we won the battle, so we don't retreat, we come out of that battle victorious, but we have no longer, we are no longer encircling the settlement, which means two things. Number one, they were able to recruit a new lord inside the settlement because it's not encircled anymore, and then they were able to embed a hero into that lord's army. But way, way more importantly is, the garrison that we wrecked in that battle, every unit that we wiped out in that battle has now been replenished back up to full strength. Interestingly enough, the units that were not wiped out in that battle, that I knew we were going to have to fight again to conquer the settlement, what I thought was going to happen as soon as it became our turn again, those actually are still at the level of health that they were at the end of the battle. So the battle accurately their health accurately represents the health level that they finished that battle with, but everything that had gotten wiped out is now all the way back up to full strength. So yeah, pretty significant problem. My hunch is that it has to do with the stance, the Lilith's Blessing stance, that if you encircle a settlement in that stance, but don't attack it right away, and they subsequently sally out and attack you, even if you win the battle, this is what happens. Have no idea what happens if you lose the battle because we didn't lose it. But yeah, so this is what strikes me as something that could very easily happen in vanilla. So that's why I'm leaning towards thinking it is a vanilla problem, but I don't know for sure. And yeah, so I just wondered if anybody who has more experience with the High Elves than I do, if you have had this situation happen before, where you encircle a settlement in Lilith's Blessing stance, don't attack right away, they sally out, attack, you win that battle, and then when you come out of the battle, are you still considered encircling that settlement? And if not, have they completely recovered the garrison units that you had wiped out? So that's it. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. Obviously, the game is filled with not filled with, but it has a few of these quirky little bugs like this. It obviously is a massive setback for this campaign, but it's fine. You know, we'll adjust to it. But again, I did want to make other people aware of it. I wanted to also pose this as a question in case people are already familiar with this particular problem, have a solution, or at least know about it. And so I'm not the only one who has experienced it. Okay. All right. Anyway, I think I'll go ahead and leave it there. Hopefully that makes enough sense. Please leave any comments that you may have. I will definitely be checking those out very eagerly to see if maybe possibly I'm just missing something here. All right. Thanks so much for watching and listening, and I will see you in the next video.